Yo, what's up guys, ImKikoSuarez here, welcome back to a brand new video, and today, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, because what is going on over there? What is going on over there at the coast? Barcelona, you guys are crazy. You guys, let me mute my laptop real quick. You guys are insane. So, if you didn't know, which is the news, unless you live under a rock, Ilkay Gundogan signed for Manchester City today. He was announced, or the here we go already happened, which shout out to Fabricio. He's at the Civitas Metropolitano right now. Two of my friends went to the presentations for Julian Alvarez, Conor Gallagher, Lenormand, Storloth, and I'm forgetting someone, but whatever. They're at the presentation, and they saw Fabricio out there. So shout out to him, and I'm glad that he stopped to take a picture with my friends. But regardless, Fabrizio already gave the here we go. He's going back. Pep Guardiola asked for him. He's okay with the return. And this is the craziest thing. Ilkay Gundogan still had 2 years on his contract, right? 2 years. He signed for 3 years at Barcelona. He took a pay cut to go from Manchester City to any other option and go to Barcelona to compete. Not only is he leaving after one season, back to the treble-winning team, back to the team that he left for 1 year. He could have been a five. I think was he part of all of them? I think Gundogan was part of all of them, so he could have been a five-peat. A five-peat Premier League winner, and he left it for Barcelona. Not only is he going back to that team that he left, he's going back on a free. Remember how I told you he had 2 years left? Barcelona is so focused on not stopping the transfer to clear up the wages that they let him go for free. They terminated his contract on the stipulation with Ilkay Gundogan that he was gonna forego the salary. And he went back to Manchester City. Now, how much is he gonna get paid? I don't know. This video is cut in two halves, one about Manchester City and one about Barcelona. The first half is going to be Barcelona. But what was the mentality to sign Dani Olmo? Because as we know, Barcelona wasn't able to register Dani Olmo for the first game, right? And now their second game is going to be against Athletic Club de Bilbao. And he's yet to be registered. You're not going to be able to register him until you clear up some more wages. And the problem about that is that they just let go of Ilkay Gundogan and they still are not able to register him. Right? So now, let's take some steps back, right? Weren't you going to sign Nico? What happened with Nico Williams? Supposedly everything was already set. He was even in Barcelona. So a lot of people are speculating that, like, hey, he didn't take the offer at Barcelona because everything was pointing at him already being in agreement. He already wanted to do it. He was in Barcelona to sign the contract. It's just Barcelona was never able to give him the reassurance, the confirmation that he was going to be able to be registered. So what did they do? They went ahead and went to sign Dani Olmo, who's now having issues getting registered if they don't clear the wages. So now hindsight's always 2020. If their plan was to get rid of Gundogan this whole time, the whoop-de-doo, they did it. But they're still yet able to register Dani Olmo. So what was the plan if they got Nico? Were they going to let go Gundogan? Or was he going to be on the same boat as Dani Olmo and not being able to get registered? It is insane how Barcelona is being run. It really is insane. And Barcelona fans, you guys let me know in the comments because this is baffling to me. This really doesn't make sense to me. The second part that I want to talk about is that Manchester City became so much scarier. So much scarier because we're talking about that midfield. You just added a better version of Kovacic to it, right? Because you now have Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, and instead of being Foden in the middle, Grealish in a back or in a central position, I'm probably forgetting someone. Oscar Bob got injured, but he was playing on the wings. Let me see. I know for a fact I'm forgetting somebody. Manchester City. So in the midfield, we're talking about Kevin De Bruyne, Kovacic, Rodri, Mateo Nunez, and that's it. That's it. Really? Oh, Bernardo Silva. That's who I was thinking about. He's just set up in the forwards. You're telling me now you have Bernardo Silva, Mateo Nunez, Rodri, Mateo Kovacic, Kevin De Bruyne, and you're adding Ilkay Gundogan to it? If they're able to get... So I think when I speak and see Manchester City's fans talking, they're missing a defender for depth and an attacker. If they're able to get those two positions, I don't see who stops them for going for 6 in a row. Like, legitimate, who stops Manchester City besides City themselves? Because that's the thing. And I know I'm going on a tangent now, but Arsenal, which is going to be about another video, but Arsenal is looking like everything but one of the favorites. But again, we could say the same about Liverpool these past years. We could say the same about Chelsea one time. We could say the same about Manchester United at one point, etc., etc., even Spurs. At one point, if you guys remember that season all the way back when freaking Leicester City won the Premier League. Manchester City, you don't beat Manchester City by beating Manchester City in the league. You beat Manchester City by being lucky enough that Manchester City is not perfect. That's really it. The one season that we have seen Manchester City not winning the Premier League was Pep Guardiola's first ever season. And the one season they messed up, the Liverpool was just insane. And the gap between Liverpool and the second spot, which was Manchester City, was like what? Like 15 points? Like, that's the only time Manchester City has not been in the conversation. Why? Because they weren't perfect. And someone else was perfect or close to perfect. So, if Manchester City wants to go for history, again, because this past season was already history, if they want to go for history again, they just got to do what they always do and be Manchester City and be perfect. Because if they're not perfect, then another team like Arsenal could give them competition. And adding Ilkay Gundogan, we allowed them to be close to perfection. And they let that happen. Barcelona let that happen. For free. For free. That is insane. Barca fans, talk to me in the comments. Let me know how you feel. And Manchester City fans, let me know how you feel in the comments. You're getting one of your legends back, which is crazy to say that he basically went on a glorified loan to Barcelona. Subscribe if you're new here, drop a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.